Hello students. Today we are going to read the second chapter of Vistas, The Tiger King, written by Kalki. Talking about the author of this chapter, his full name was Ramaswamy Iyer Krishnamurthy, who was a Tamil writer, journalist, poet, critic and Indian independence activist. He penned 120 short stories, 10 novelettes, 5 novels, 3 historical romances, editorial and political writings and hundreds of films and music reviews. Kalki is his pen name. Now coming to the chapter, the story, it is a satire on the rich and powerful kings of the olden times. In order to prove the prophecies of the fortune teller wrong, the king of Pratibandpuram mindlessly kills 99 tigers, but the 100th one, the cause of the king's death, escapes his bullet. Ultimately, the king is killed by an inanimate tiger made of wood, hence the prophecy. Prophecy means the prediction turns to be true despite the king's efforts to prove it wrong. So, let us start with the reading of the chapter. The Maharaja of Pratibandpuram is the hero of this story. He may be identified His Highness Zamidar, General, Khiledar, Major, Satavyagra Samhari, Maharaja Adhiraj, Vishwa Bhuvan Samrat, Sir Jilani Jung Bahadur, MAD, HCTC or CRCK, but his name often shortened to the Tiger King. So, writer here introduces the main character of the story, the king of Pratibandpuram. The king is hero due to his bravery. He is given a list of titles to emphasize on his greatness. But to sum up all the titles in one, the king is called the Tiger King. The reason of him being called so shall be revealed in the lesson ahead. I have come forward to tell you why he came to be known as the Tiger King. I have no intention of pretending to advance only to end in a strategic withdrawal. Even the threat of a Stuka bomber will not throw me off track. The Stuka, if it likes, can beat a hasty retreat from my story. So, pretending here means behaving so as to make it appear that something is the case when in fact it is not. Strategic means calculated, and withdrawal, moving back. Then one more word here is Stuka bomber. What is Stuka bomber? A German bomber aircraft that was used in the Second World War. Hasty means hurry, retreat means the act of moving back. So the writer tells us that he would let us know why the king was called the Tiger King. And he further promises the reader that he will not go back on his promise even if he is under the threat of an attack by a Stuka bomber aircraft. Instead, he says that the Stuka bomber aircraft can go back because he is not scared of it, and he will tell the reader why the king was called the Tiger King. Right at the start, it is imperative to disclose a matter of vital importance about the Tiger King. Everyone who reads of him will experience the natural desire to meet a man of his indomitable courage face to face, but there is no chance of its fulfillment. As first, let us see the word meaning. Imperative. Imperative means of utmost importance, absolutely necessary. Then you have indomitable. Indomitable means undefeatable. So, in these lines, the writer says that before elaborating or disclosing this matter of vital importance about the Tiger King. One important thing about him was that any person who read about the Tiger King would be very excited to meet a man of such undefeatable courage. But he says that there is no chance of its fulfillment. As Bharat said to Rama about Dashrath, the Tiger King has reached its final abode. Abode means a place of residence. So he says that there is no chance of meeting the Tiger King, as the Tiger King is already dead and he has reached heaven. So he says that he has reached the final abode of all living creatures, that is heaven. In other words, the Tiger King is dead. The manner of his death is a matter of extraordinary interest. It can be revealed only at the end of the tale. Tale means story. Extraordinary. Extraordinary means out of this. Fantastic aspect. Demise you means it means death. Fantastic is wonderful and aspect is form. So the manner of his death is a matter of extraordinary interest. It can be revealed, it can be showed only at the end of the tale, that is story. The most fantastic aspect of his death was that as soon as he was born, astrologers had foretold, means predicted, that one day the Tiger King would actually have to die. So, this prediction is meaningless because, as a matter of fact, everyone has to die one day. So, nothing extraordinary was predicted by the astrologers, nothing unusual was said by them. It is fact of life that one who has taken birth has to die. The child will grow up to become the warrior of warriors, hero of heroes, champion of champions, but they bit their lips and swallowed hard. When compelled to continue, the astrologers came out with it. This is a secret which should not be revealed at all, and yet we are forced to speak out. The child born under this star will one day have to meet its death. So now writer he gives an elaborate description of what the astrologers predicted at the time of the birth of the Tiger King. They said that the child would grow up to become a brave warrior, a hero and a champion, but after that they stopped and bit their lips in order to show their reluctance to speak. When the astrologers were forced to continue, they said that what they would reveal just now was a secret. They said that the child, that is the Tiger King, was born under such a star, means when he was born, the stars which was up there in the sky was such that any person who was born at that time had to meet his death one day. Again, the prediction is meaningless because, as a fact, everyone has to meet his death one day. At that very moment, a great miracle took place. An astonishing phrase emerged from the lips of the 10-day-old Jilani Jungjung Bahadur. O wise prophets, everyone stood transfixed in stupefaction. They looked wildly at each other and blinked. So, miracle means marvel, astonishing, surprising, emerged, came out from the lips of the 10 days old young child, and everyone stood transfixed. Transfixed means to become motionless with horror, wonder, or astonishment. Stupefaction means shock. They looked wildly at each other and blinked. So, as the astrologers revealed their secret prediction, a miracle took place. The 10-day-old Tiger King, whose name was Jilani Jungjung Bahadur, spoke up. All the listeners were surprised to see a 10-day-old baby speak. The tiger called out to the wise astrologers. So, when he spoke, O wise prophets, it was I who spoke. This time there were no grounds for doubt. It was the infant born just 10 days ago who had enunciated. Enunciated means pronounce the word so clearly. So, as Tiger King called out to the wise astrologers, and the main astrologer removed his spectacles and looked intently at the little baby, the tiger said in its squeaky voice that as we read the chief astrologer, he took off his spectacles and gazed intently. Gazed intently means looked closely. And what the child said, all those who are born will one day have to die. We don't need your predictions to know that there would be some sense in it if you could tell us the manner of that death. The royal infant uttered these words in his little squeaky voice. Squeaky means short, high sound. So when the main astrologer he looked intently at the little baby, the tiger king said in its squeaky voice that all those who are born have to die one day, and he did not need their predictions to know this fact. He added that if they told him the manner of his death, that would make some sense to him. The chief astrologer placed his finger on his nose in wonder. A baby, barely 10 days old, opens its lips in speech. Not only that, it also raises intelligent questions. Incredible. Incredible means unbelievable. Rather like the bulletins, means news or reports issued by the War Office than facts. So the chief astrologer was amazed to see a 10-day-old baby speak and ask intelligent questions. It was unbelievable for him, just like the news which came from the wars. The chief astrologer took his finger off his nose and fixed his eyes upon the little prince. The prince was born in the hour of the bull. The bull and the tiger are enemies, therefore, death comes from the tiger, he explained. So now he took off his finger from his nose and looked very carefully at the little prince. And he added that as the tiger king was born in the hour of the bull, which was an enemy of the tiger, hence the tiger king would die due to a tiger. You may think that Crown Prince Jangjang Bahadur was thrown into a quake, into a shock when he heard the word tiger. That was exactly what did not happen. As soon as he heard it pronounced, the crown prince gave a deep growl. Terrifying words emerged from his lips. Let tigers beware. Now, the writer says that readers may feel that the Tiger King trembled upon hearing the name of a tiger, but actually that did not happen. On the other hand, as soon as the Crown Prince Jung Bahadur heard the name of a tiger, he made a deep growing sound and spoke terrifying words. He said that all the tigers should beware. This account is only a rumor rife in Pratibandhapuram, but with hindsight, we may conclude it was based on some truth. Rumor rife. Rumor means currently circulating story or report of uncertain or doubtful truth. Rife means widespread, and hindsight means to understand an event or situation only after it has happened. So here the writer further says that this story is a rumor that was heard by him in Pratibandhapuram. So he says that it was a rumor, but If we look at the happenings of the past, we could conclude that these rumors were based on true happenings. So he says that though it was a rumor, but he says that if we look at the happenings of the past, we can conclude that these rumors were based on true happenings. Crown Prince Changjang Bahadur grew taller and stronger day by day. No other miracle marked his childhood days apart from the event already described. So the prince, he grew taller and stronger as the days passed, and there were no other miracles in his childhood. The boy drank the milk of an English cow brought up by the English nanny, tutored in English by an Englishman. So he saw nothing but English films, exactly as the crown princes of all other Indian states did. So, as a boy, he drank the milk of an English cow, was brought up by the English governess, got lessons in English by the Englishman, and watched English films just like the other crown princes of other Indian states did. When he came at the age of 20, the state, which had been with the court of wards. What is Court of Wards? Court of Wards was a legal body created by the East India Company. Its purpose was to protect heirs and their estates when their heir was deemed to be a minor and therefore incapable of acting independently. So when our prince he came at the age of 20, the state that was with the court of wards came into his hands. So the royal state, which had been in the custody of the court of wards, was given to him. But everyone in the kingdom remembered the astrologer's prediction. Many continued to discuss the matter. Slowly it came to the Maharaja's ear. So all the people who lived in the kingdom were aware of the astrologer's prediction. Many of the people discussed their predictions, and one day King Jang Bahadur came to know of it. There were innumerable forests in the Pratibandhapuram state. They had tigers in them. The Maharaja knew the old saying, "You may kill even a cow in self defense." There could certainly be no objection to killing tigers in self defense. The Maharaja started out on a tiger hunt. So the Pratibandhapuram state, it had many forests which had a number of tigers in them. The Maharaja was aware of an old saying that you could kill even a cow in order to protect yourself. So he felt that the cow, which was considered to be a holy animal, could also be killed by a Hindu in order to save himself. Then no one would object if he killed a tiger in order to protect himself. So Maharaja started out on a tiger hunting expedition. The Maharaja was thrilled beyond measure when he killed his first tiger. He sent for the state astrologer and showed him the dead beast. So Maharaja was very excited when he killed the first tiger, and he called for the state astrologer and showed him the dead tiger. "What do you say now?" he demanded. "Your Majesty may kill 99 tigers in exactly the same manner," but the astrologer drawled. "But what? Speak without fear. But you must be very careful with the 100th tiger." "What if the 100 tiger were also killed?" So here the king he asked the astrologer for his comments, and the astrologer replied that the king could kill 99 tigers in exactly the same way as he had killed the first one, and he stopped speaking. Then king encouraged the astrologer to continue without fear, and astrologer said that the king had to be very careful with the 100th tiger that he hunted. The king asked him that what would happen if he killed the 100th tiger also. Then I will tear up all my books on astrology. So he says that if king is able to kill the 100 tiger, then he would tear up all his books on astrology, set fire to them, and I shall cut off my tuft, crop my hair short, and become an insurance agent. The astrologer finished on an incoherent note. Incoherent means disconnected. What is a tuft? Cut off my tuft. Tuft is a bunch or collection of hair. So here the astrologer he replied that he would tear all his books of astrology and set them on fire. He continued that he shall cut off his hair and would change his profession from an astrologer to an insurance agent, as he would not remain a good astrologer any longer. From that day onwards, it was celebration time for all the tigers inhabiting Pratibandhapuram. The state banned tiger hunting by anyone except the Maharaja. A proclamation was issued. Proclamation means official announcement to the effect that anyone dared to fling fling means throw, so much as a stone at a tiger, all his wealth and property would be confiscated. Confiscated means taken with authority. So from that day, the tigers in Pratibandhapuram had a nice time, as the kingdom banned tiger hunting by anyone except the Maharaja. No one was allowed to kill a tiger other than the Maharaja himself. The law was so strict that an official announcement was made that if anyone was caught killing a tiger or even throwing a stone at a tiger, his wealth and property would be taken away by the kingdom of Pratibandhapuram. The Maharaja vowed he would attend to all other matters only after killing the 100 tigers. Initially, the king seemed well set to realize his ambition. Ambition means a strong desire to do or achieve something. So here the king of Pratibandhapuram, he took an oath. What means oath? That he would attend to all the matters of the kingdom only after he had killed 100 tigers. And in the beginning, it seems that he would achieve his target very fast. Not that he faced no dangers. There were times when the bullet missed its mark, the tiger leapt upon him, and he fought the beast with his bare hands. Each time it was the Maharaja who won. Bare means unarmed. So it was not that he feared the tiger. When the king went on his hunting expedition, he faced danger many times. At times his bullet missed its target and the tiger jumped upon him. The tiger would fight with the tigers. The king would fight with the tigers barehanded, but each time he won and killed the tiger. At another time, he was in a danger of losing a throne. This is very important. A question is asked again and again how he was in a position to lose his throne. So please pay attention to it. A high ranking British officer visited Pratibandhapuram. He was very fond of hunting tigers and fonder of being photographed with the tigers he had shot. As usual, he wished to hunt tigers in Pratibandhapuram, but the Maharaja was firm in his resolve. Firm in his resolve. Firm means determined, resolve means decision. He refused permission. I can organize any other hunt. You may go on a boar hunt. You can go on a boar hunt. Boar means pig. You may conduct a mouse hunt. We are ready for a mosquito hunt, but tiger hunt, that's impossible. So, writer here tells us another instance when King Jung Bahadur was about to lose his throne. A high ranking British officer, he visited Pratibandhapuram and was fond of hunting tigers and more fond of getting himself photographed with the dead tigers. And he wanted to hunt tigers in Pratibandhapuram, but Maharaja, as he had banned killing tigers by any other person, he did not give permission to this British official also, and offered him to go on any other hunting like mouse, mosquito, even a pig hunt, but he refused to arrange a tiger hunting for this British officer. The British officer's secretary sent word to the Maharaja through the Diwan that the Durai himself did not have to kill the tiger. Durai. Tamil word meaning chief or leader. The Maharaja could do the actual killing. What was important to the Durai was a photograph of himself holding the gun and standing over the tiger's carcass. Carcass means the dead body of an animal. But the Maharaja would not agree even to this proposal if he relented. If he relented means relaxed his decision. Now, what would he do if other British officers turned up for tiger hunts? So, British official secretary here, he sends a message to Maharaja that the Durai, that is the official himself, did not want to kill the tiger. The king could kill the tiger, he only wanted to get himself photographed with the dead body of a tiger. But the king did not agree to this proposal also. He said that if he relaxed his decision and allowed the official to get himself photographed with the dead tiger, then other British officers would also come to Pratibandhapuram in order to fulfill their wish of hunting a tiger. Now, because he prevented a British officer from fulfilling his desire, the Maharaja stood in danger of losing his kingdom itself. Danger of losing his kingdom itself. The Maharaja and the Diwan held deliberations. Deliberations mean discussions over the issue. As a result, a telegraph was dispatched, means sent forthwith to a famous British company of jewelers in Calcutta, sent samples of expensive diamond rings of different designs. So, as Tiger King had refused a British officer from fulfilling his wish, he was in danger of losing his kingdom. The king had discussions with his ministers over the issue and sent a telegram to a famous British company of jewelers that was based in Calcutta and asked them to send samples of expensive diamond rings of different designs. Some 50 rings arrived. The Maharaja sent the whole lot to a British officer's good lady. The king and the minister expected Durai Seni to choose one or two rings and send the rest back. Within no time at all, the Durai Sani sent the reply, "Thank you very much for your gifts." In 2 days, a bill of 3 lakhs of rupees came from British jewelers. The Maharaja was happy that though he had lost 3 lakh of rupees, he had managed to retain his kingdom. So this is how he was able to retain his kingdom or save his kingdom from being lost. So jeweler, he had sent 50 rings and the Maharaja sent all of them to the British officer's wife and wanted to please her in order to make good the damage that he had done by refusing the official from going on a tiger hunt in his kingdom. The king had expected that the British officer's wife would choose one or two rings and return the others, but she just sent a reply saying thanks for the gift and she kept all the rings. After 2 days, the British jewelers sent a bill of 3 lakh rupees for the 50 diamond rings they had sent. The Maharaja was happy that he had saved his kingdom for a sum of 3 lakh rupees. So he was happy that he was able to save his kingdom. The Maharaja's tiger hunts continued to be highly successful. Within 10 years, He was able to kill 70 tigers, and then an unforeseen hurdle brought his mission to a stand still. Unforeseen means unplanned or accidental. Hurdle means problem. Stand still means stop. And what was that unseen or unforeseen hurdle? It was the tiger population. It became extinct. Extinct means having no living members. So the tiger population became extinct in the forest of Pratibandhpuram. Who knows whether the tigers practiced birth control or committed harakiri? Harakiri, it's a ritual of suicide practiced in Japan, or simply ran away from the state because they desired to be shot by British hands alone. Now, the Tiger King, he was very successful in his tiger hunting mission. In a span of 10 years, he had killed 70 tigers, but an unplanned problem stopped his mission. The problem was that there were no more tigers in Pratibandhpuram. Now, the writer creates humor when he says that maybe the tigers practiced birth control activities and did not produce offspring, or maybe they committed suicide. He also adds that it could be that they ran away from Pratibandhpuram because they did not want to be killed by an Indian, and on the other hand, they want to be killed by a Britisher. One day, the Maharaja sent for the Diwan. Diwan Sahib, aren't you aware of the fact that 30 tigers still remain to be shot down by this gun of mine? He asked, brandishing his gun. Brandishing his gun, brandishing means waving as a threat or in anger or excitement. Now, shuddering at the sight. Shuddering means trembling with fear. Shuddering at the sight of the gun, the Diwan cried out, Your Majesty, I am not a tiger. So, one day the king called the minister and waved his gun towards him. He said that he was yet to kill 30 more tigers, and the minister was scared when he saw the gun, and he cried to the king that he was not a tiger, as he feared that the king might aim his gun at him. Which idiot would call you a tiger? No, and I am not a gun. You are neither tiger nor gun. Diwan Sahib, I summoned you here for a different purpose. I have decided to get married. Summon means called. So the king said that he was not foolish that he would mistake the minister for a tiger. The minister was so scared that he added that he was neither a gun. The king said to him that he knew that he was neither a tiger nor a gun, but on the other hand, the king had called his minister for another work. The king wanted to get married. The Diwan began to babble even more. Babble means to talk in a confused or silly way. So he began to babble even more. Your Majesty, I have two wives already. If I marry you. Here, the minister, he was so confused that he started speaking something in a very silly way. He said that the king, he already had two wives, and if the minister married the king. Now, the king here interrupted, Don't talk nonsense. Why should I marry you? What I want is a tiger. So he interrupted the minister and scolded him for speaking nonsense. And he said that he had no reason to marry the minister and he did not want to marry the minister. He said that he wanted a tiger. So the writer again creates humor when he says that the minister told the king that he should think over his decision. When he says, Your Majesty, please think it over. Your ancestors were married to the sword. If you like, marry the gun. A tiger king is more than enough for the state. It doesn't need a tiger queen as well. So, minister, as he said that king's ancestors were married to the sword, and so if he wanted, he could marry the gun. But marrying a tiger and getting a tiger queen for the kingdom of Pratibandhpuram was not a good thought. He added that a tiger king was enough for the state and they did not need a tiger queen. So it was all spoken by minister because he was scared when king showed gun to him and he got confused, and that situation he babbled all this.